want you to come as you are and leave like a star. And speaking of a star, today we're going to talk to Miss Rodeo Colorado 2021, Hailey Frederiksen.
Yes, thank you so much for having me and for having me in your beautiful shop. I'm a frequent shopper, so to speak, here at Accessories with a Flair and Hair.
Well, it's always great when she's here because all the little girls on up to older girls and men actually just love to see her come around, and they love the way she always looks. And she's got a big fancy pickup. When you see her on the highway, you'll know that you've seen the queen.
The following podcast is brought to you by Cast Content Media.
Welcome back to Living with Flair. I'm Linda Winter from Accessories with a Flair and Hair in downtown Greeley. And we're here to tell you that it's springtime and you're going to love all the colors. There's tons of new colors. There's the Pantone color of the year, and we have some of all those colors. Whether it's clothes, jewelry, hats, purses, we've got it all from head to toe. You can look great because we want you to come as you are and leave like a star. And speaking of a star, today we're going to talk to Miss Rodeo Colorado 2021, Hailey Frederiksen.
Yes, thank you so much for having me and for having me in your beautiful shop. I'm a frequent shopper, so to speak, here at Accessories with a Flair and Hair.
Well, it's always great when she's here because all the little girls on up to older girls and men actually just love to see her come around, and they love the way she always looks. And she's got a big fancy pickup. When you see her on the highway, you'll know that you've seen the queen. You
definitely can't miss me. And I have to say that my beauty is all thanks to Linda Winters here, who is one of our great sponsors of the organization and dresses me in head to toe in all of your latest accessories. So thank you so much, Linda.
No, it's my pleasure. You know, it's either 17 or 18 years since I've been doing this, and Hailey has got exactly what it takes to be Miss Rodeo America, and I'm not kidding you. So she's got the look, she's got the personality, and there's a whole lot more to being Miss Rodeo Colorado than just being pretty, which she's gorgeous. But anyway, tell me how long you've wanted to be a rodeo queen.
Oh my goodness. Ever since I was 12 years old, I wanted to be specifically Miss Rodeo Colorado, and that was because I had met Miss Rodeo Colorado 2009, as you know her, Audra Dobbs McNicholas, at a Rodeo Queen luncheon, and of course I held my very first Rodeo Queen title in 2009 as well, and I was there attending the luncheon, and out of all of the girls that were there, she came up to me, took time out of her day to talk to me and really make me feel special, and I wanted to have that same effect on kids that look up to me as well. And so I knew from that day on I wanted to hold that same exact crown as she did, and as you see on my hat, I am holding the same crown as her. So I'm truly honored to be following in her footsteps, as well as the other amazing women that have followed after her.
Right. Well, and Audra still is very involved.
Yes.
And so that's very important because it's important to keep the rodeo way of life in everybody's mind, and when it's in your heart, you live it also.
Oh,
so
absolutely.
Tell me, now that we've talked about your crown, tell us the history of that. That's huge.
Yes, so our crown is one of the oldest amongst all the other state organizations, along with Miss Rodeo America's crown. So our organization started in 1955, and at that point we actually didn't have a crown. All we had were matching suit jackets and pants and a sash, and that was all the girls wore as Miss Rodeo Colorado. Not until 1974 did we actually receive a crown. For only a couple years the girls got to wear a crown until it was actually stolen, and still to this day we don't know what happened to the crown, but we were thankful enough to get sponsored a new traveling crown made in 1974 by Jean Trujillo in South Fork, Colorado. and it is made out of 75 carats of Morenci turquoise and 109 grams of sterling silver, and it's very valuable. And I actually don't get to wear it quite often, so another fun fact about the Miss Rodeo Colorado crown is we actually have 2 crowns. The second one is actually on my hat, and this one was made in 2009, so Audra Dobbs McNicholas was the first lady to wear it. And it actually holds a different kind of turquoise. It is Kingsman turquoise. Still has sterling silver. You will see me wear this crown much more than the other crown just because of how valuable it is. But it is always tradition that the girl who is Miss Rodeo Colorado, when she goes to compete for Miss Rodeo America, gets to wear the original crown. It just makes her feel really special, and to have all that history sitting upon her Greeley Hatworks hat, it's really a moment that I'm looking forward to this year.
Yay, well, so am I. And as you can see, being a rodeo queen, she has to know many things about rodeo. People don't realize that that's a big part of it. Not, like I said, not only that you look great every day, every place you go, but tell me some of the other things that you need to know about rodeo and that kind of thing.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're not just pretty faces on a horse. We have to be very knowledgeable, confident women, especially in today's society. And so to be a rodeo queen, you have to know the ins and outs, everything about the professional sport of rodeo, specifically the PRCA, which is the Professional Rodeo Cowboys Association. They're the largest and oldest body sanctioning of rodeo in today. And then including rodeo, we also have to know the study of hippology, which is the study of horses. So we have to know everything about our horses, tack, conformation, illnesses, diseases, nutrition, you name it. And then as well as rodeo and the Western way of life, we need to know about what's happening outside of the Western way of life in today's society, even world news, what's happening outside of our country. So there's a lot of things that we have to be very well rehearsed in.
And she is, as you can tell. So when did you start riding a horse?
I like to say I grew up riding a horse before I could even know how to walk. There are pictures of my mom plopping me in the saddle, and of course I was a baby at the time, and she would just, take me along for a ride. So I like to say I knew how to ride before I could walk. My mom is a barrel racer, still barrel races to this day. Actually just took her to a barrel race on Sunday. And my dad team ropes, so I grew up riding horses, been around horses my whole entire life. And honestly, I couldn't have imagined it any other way. I might have taken a few different routes, within my lifetime. I did professional dance for a while and kind of put horses to the side, but it's something that I've always come back to. Mm-hmm. And I always like to tell people, no matter how old you are, you can always, come back in the saddle and ride. So, yeah. And that's exactly what I did.
Exactly. So let's see, you're a college graduate?
Yes, ma'am.
From?
Colorado State University. Go Rams!
There you go. Okay. So, see, she's ready for all kinds of careers, but, next year, I swear, she is going to be Miss Rodeo America. So you watch for her.
You're so sweet.
No, she is. I just know she is. So she is unique. The girls reign for 1 year, but what happened to you last year?
I got the opportunity to reign for a second year. So even though I'm Miss Rodeo Colorado 2021, I was actually Miss Rodeo Colorado 2020. And due to, this global pandemic that all of us have gone through, and, we've all gone through it our own unique ways, but it's all affected us in a roundabout way the same. And with me, God really wanted me to be Miss Rodeo Colorado 2020, and then he puts this other opportunity in front of me to be Miss Rodeo Colorado 2021. And when, the Miss Rodeo America pageant canceled and my committee offered me the opportunity, I said, this is where God wants me to go. I'm going to take it. Mm-hmm. And I'm so glad I have. I've had it so far. I know it's only April now, but I've had such an incredible journey so far in this 2021 year, and can't wait to see what comes next. Can't wait to see what God puts in front of me next.
There you go. Well, and so how many rodeos traditionally do you go to?
There's really not a certain number in terms of how many rodeos we go to. There's, a lot. Last year, actually, I was able to go to at least 22 rodeos. And that's not too far off from how many rodeos girls in past years have gone to, despite having a global pandemic. Mm-hmm. So I would say around 35, 40 rodeos for Miss Rodeo Colorado. Now, Miss Rodeo America goes to at least 100 different rodeos and performances. So she has her hands full for sure. And I'm hoping that with everything this year opening up, fingers crossed, that I get to attend a few more rodeos than I did last year.
Well, I was at one that you made the whole town, the whole county, the whole part of eastern Colorado happy. So,
You must be talking about Grover.
that, and also Cheyenne Wells.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, you made all this. She put on a little clinic for the little girls, and they were just in awe.
Well, some of those smaller rodeos, it was so much fun to go to because they hadn't seen a Miss Rodeo Colorado in years. So they were just so excited for me to be there, and I just felt so welcomed, and I honestly had such a great time with those rodeos, even if they weren't, Greeley Stampede, Cheyenne Frontier Days, those bigger ones that you hear of.
Right.
So I really had a great time last year.
Yeah. So what is your home rodeo?
My home rodeo, I just mentioned it, was actually Greeley Stampede. So it's right here in town, actually, where Accessories with the Flair and Hair is located. And as my home rodeo, they're another gracious sponsor of mine. And I'm just so honored to be a part of such a historic rodeo. They're one of the largest 4th of July celebrations in the country. They have such a great 4th of July celebration with a PRCA rodeo, carnival, concerts, you name it. And they'll actually be celebrating their 99th anniversary this year. So I'm 1 year away from the 100th, but 99th will do.
That's right. It's okay. Well, when you're Miss Rodeo America, you can come back for the 100th. How
There we
about
go.
that? So let's see. What is the pageant like? Being in the pageant is fun, right?
Oh, it's fun, but it's nerve-wracking, that's for sure. Miss Rodeo Colorado runs a little bit different from other states, so we actually have 2 pageants in order to become Miss Rodeo Colorado. The first one is actually coming up here pretty soon. It's May 8th, and it's our prelims, or our preliminary pageant. And this is such a great opportunity for girls, of course, who are vying for the title of Miss Rodeo Colorado. So we'll have our contestants, but we'll also have exhibitors. So we allow an exhibit pageant for girls who are not wanting to try out for the title of Miss Rodeo Colorado, but want that pageant experience. So it's a great learning experience for these girls. Once you've made it past prelims, our judges will evaluate the girls, and based on that, those girls will move into finals, which is during our home rodeo, the Greeley Stampede, and it's a 4-day long pageant, and the girls will go through many different things throughout the 4 days, including all the things that I mentioned that us rodeo queens need to be well rehearsed on, and whoever comes away with the most points and whoever the judges like the most, that's who gets the title.
Oh my gosh, it's very exciting. It's normally it has been in Las Vegas for a few years. Now what's going to happen, do we think?
Well, so once you get the title Miss Rodeo Colorado, you get the opportunity to try out for Miss Rodeo America, which is a prestigious title just by the name of it. Of course, you get to represent the entire country in the professional sport of rodeo as well as agriculture. And so our pageant, the Miss Rodeo America pageant, has been held in Vegas since it's been in Vegas for the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo. And they just actually made an announcement that our pageant will be moved to the South Point Hotel and Casino. So we're getting ready to come back to that hotel. There's a lot of events that happen there during the NFR. So I really do think this is where the Miss Rodeo America pageant belongs, and we'll be calling it home for the next 8 days in December.
Yay. Well, and how many pairs of boots do you have to take with you?
How many pieces of clothes and jewelry and boots? Oh my goodness.
A lot.
I actually, just before I got here, I was on the phone with one of my designers trying to plan out some of my pieces. So I don't have a number on a pair of boots yet, but if I had a ballpark range, I would say around 15 to 20 pairs that I'll be bringing with me within an 8-day span. So be ready for a lot of outfit changes.
See, there you go. She's a master of all these things. So she looks gorgeous like this. This is where she is every day. But also, describe some of the leather outfits that you might have or you're thinking about having.
Yeah, so, there's rodeo queen pageants, and then you have your regular pageantry girls. They're usually in these long, gorgeous fabric gowns, but us rodeo queens like to be a little different, and we like to wear leather. And this isn't your typical leather. It's not cowhide. It's not super heavy. It's actually lambskin. It's much lighter. It's easier for the designers to work with and create things for us girls. And so some of the leather pieces that I own are actually with my interview outfit. So it's a leather blazer with a leather dress and boots, and then another leather outfit that I'll have is my coronation dress, which is a long, beautiful leather gown that I can't wait to wear.
Yes, and it's a secret. I'll be looking forward to seeing what it's like. They're all gorgeous, but I know what she picks. What are your colors that you have for your reigning this year?
Yes, well, from what you've told me, you always want to pick colors that fit your skin tone, your hair, and also colors that, you know, make you feel confident in who you are and what you stand for. And so, as you can tell, pink is probably one of my confident colors. So definitely with my blonde hair, my lighter skin tone, I like to stay within those cooler colors, but warmer colors too I can do. So pink I like to do a lot of. I've actually been really good friends with French tan. I really like French tan.
Well, there you go.
Yes, so a lot of French tan. Turquoise, of course, because we know turquoise goes with everything.
It does.
And with it being my crown, I have to wear a bunch of turquoise.
That's right.
White, I actually stay away from black, even though I have black jeans on right now. Black near my face doesn't suit me very well, so you're not going to see me in a whole lot of black. But definitely those colors that I like to wear throughout the year, you'll definitely see me wear at America.
Yay, for sure. Well, let's see. So have you been to rodeos this year so far?
I have. I've been to a couple. So my first rodeo was actually in Rapid City, South Dakota. So Rodeo Rapid City with the Sutton family, and they're an amazing family to work with and ride with. So I had an amazing week down there for their rodeo. They actually won Large Indoor Rodeo of the Year. So it was great to work with them and celebrate that honor. And then the last rodeo I was just at, it was actually not a rodeo, it was more of a jackpot, but it was the Cinch Timed events. And it was out in Guthrie, Oklahoma at the Lazy E Arena. And that was a huge honor to be a part of that. The Lazy E Arena, if you haven't been or haven't heard of it, it is a prestigious arena out there in Oklahoma. Some of the best compete in that arena, including Trevor Brazil. The Bob Feist Invitational is there. It's just an amazing arena, and I was so honored to be a part of that.
Yeah, well, I know that they were glad to have you there. You know, there's a lot of little girls maybe that would love to be you. So do you have anything that you could tell them? You have any advice that you could give the upcoming queens?
Yeah, absolutely. Now, my parents, they're some of my biggest supporters, and they've really made me into the person who I am today. And their advice that they've always given me is to just stay humble. And I know, as cliche as this sounds, but stay true to you. God made you for who you are. Be proud of that. Represent who you are. Represent what you believe in. And again, just be thankful that you're on this earth and get to do what you do.
There you go. Well, you're a great spokesperson for rodeo and Weld County and Colorado and the Miss Rodeo America pageant. So because we love turquoise so much, during
If you can't tell.
oh, even my nails. Oh my gosh. Anyway,
she's more turquoised up than I am.
Yeah, you gotta have that. So you can get 25% off of anything turquoise in my store. That includes the hats. I got tons of jewelry. Not this. This is my very favorite boot. But anyway, anything turquoise, because turquoise makes you feel good. It makes you happy. And that's another way that you can live with flair. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, my website is accessorieswithaflairanhair.com. There you can find all the items that I carry in the store, and if there's something you like, we can ship it.